I'm joined now by former Homeland Security Secretary Jeh Johnson, who is challenging President Trump's reluctance to take charge of distributing emergency supplies where they're most needed. Writing in The Hill, the president says we are not a shipping clerk. Well, that is exactly what the federal government should be now. In this effort, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, should have the central role. I know from personal experience overseeing FEMA that its ability to identify, marshal, and deploy resources quickly and effectively is superior to any other federal agency. As I say, joining me now is the former Secretary of Homeland Security, Jeh Johnson. Thank you very much for joining us. I think from your home office in Montclair, New Jersey, as you point out in this piece, you can't go to your Manhattan office, but that is a decision by the governors of those two states, New Jersey and New York, not a decision by the president. And you've basically said we should stop the blame game.
Correct. Andrea, we're in the depths of this crisis right now. The United States, as you know, is now #1 on the list of countries in terms of established cases. We're now some 20% of the entire world's population of coronavirus cases. And here in the New York State, New Jersey area, we're probably well in excess of 50% of the country's cases. So first of all, I'm quite sure that New York does not have enough ventilators to address this crisis. But there is a lot of misapprehension about the respective roles of the federal, state, and local governments to deal with a nationwide crisis like this. Normally, the public health and police power to confine people to their homes or to tell them to stay away from their workplaces resides at the state and local level. And as you pointed out, I'm here in my home in Montclair, New Jersey, by virtue of an order of the governor of New Jersey, and I am required to stay away from my law firm in Manhattan by order of the governor of New York. The federal government's principal role in a crisis like this is to regulate our international borders, which the Trump administration is doing, and the federal government has some limited authority to limit the travel of contaminated persons interstate. Between New York, say, and Florida, should it exercise it. That authority is controversial, and it's person by person. And so in a crisis like this, the federal government's principal role is to surge resources and ensure that communities like Queens, New York, have the resources they need, the health equipment, the PPE, the ventilators, to address this crisis. My hope is that FEMA is exercising a central role in allocating those resources so we don't end up in a bidding war between states and between communities.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.